When the cloud crashes, the psychology of the Amazon outage and the fragility of a hyper-connected world. There are moments in modern history when the lights flicker, not in our homes, but in our networks. And when that happens, the silence isn't just digital, it's philosophical. Because in those moments, when a great technological empire like Amazon comes to a halt, twice in a month, we aren't just witnessing an outage. We are witnessing a revelation. The day the cloud fell. In early 2025, Amazon Web Services, the beating heart of the internet, went dark. For hours, the digital world stood still. Banking, e-commerce, streaming, logistics, even smart home devices went mute. The outage rippled across continents, and as engineers scrambled to fix the unseen gears, millions of us felt something rare in the age of endless connectivity: helplessness. We had just glimpsed the invisible threads that hold our world together. The vast, intricate, humming machinery that we take for granted every day. The second shock, when the mirror cracked again. Weeks later, it happened again. Another AWS outage, another cascade of disruptions. This time, a minor race condition. A single, microscopic flaw rippled through DNS servers and shut down global systems. A single line of logic brought an empire to its knees. Think about that. Billions of dollars, thousands of servers, millions of users, and one small error. Unseen, unintentional, paralyzed the flow of the digital universe. Dependency unveiled. These weren't just technical incidents. They were mirrors, reflecting who we've become. In a world that believes in its own technological invincibility, a few hours of downtime felt like an apocalypse. We couldn't pay, order, stream, or even communicate properly. That tells us something profound. We've built systems not to serve us, but to sustain us. And when they fail, we fail too. The web we've woven. The internet once promised decentralization, freedom from dependence on any one node. Yet here we are, more centralized than ever. A handful of companies, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, now carry the digital weight of civilization. When one sneezes, the entire world catches a cyber cold. This is not just a story about cloud computing, it's a story of faith. Because every time we open an app, make a payment, or stream a movie, we are expressing an act of invisible trust. Trust not in people, but in machines, in data centers, in unseen algorithms that never sleep. The illusion of time saved. We say technology saves time. We say faster is better, but when Amazon goes down and the world stops for hours, we realize the cruel irony. We are losing time to the very systems designed to save it. Imagine this: 1,000 businesses pause. Each business connects to 1,000 customers. Each moment of delay ripples into millions of lost minutes. Can any refund, any compensation, ever return that lost time? No. Time once lost is gone forever. The myth of control. The Amazon outage forces us to ask a bigger question. Who is really in control? Is it the engineer writing the code? The company managing the servers? Or is it something beyond human reach? The vast, unpredictable complexity of the system itself? We like to think we command our machines, but perhaps over time, it is the machines that have begun to command us. Human error or human hubris? Officially, the reports said a minor fault, a configuration issue, maybe a hardware glitch. But philosophically, It was human hubris, the belief that we can build systems so complex that they outgrow error itself, that we can eliminate failure through automation, that redundancy means invincibility. But even the cloud needs oxygen, and when it runs out, it collapses like everything else under heaven. The cost of losing time. For centuries, wise men and philosophers have spoken about the value of time. Time, they say, is not currency. It is life itself. And yet, in our rush to save time, we've built an empire that constantly steals it from us. Notifications, logins, updates, outages. We believe we are progressing, but perhaps we are only accelerating our own distraction. A mirror to modern civilization. The Amazon outage wasn't a failure of servers. It was a mirror, showing humanity its own reflection. We saw not just disrupted apps, but a disrupted reality. We saw how fragile our definitions of normal and safe really are. In the blink of an eye, our entire digital civilization was reminded that we are not gods of this virtual world. We are guests, borrowers, dependent on invisible systems we barely understand. Progress and prudence. Progress is not the problem. It's the speed, the arrogance with which we pursue it. Every new invention promises control, but every layer of control adds new complexity and new failure points. The more powerful our systems become, the more fragile they are. And fragility at scale is catastrophe. The paradox of connection. We are more connected than ever, but also more enslaved to that connection. We panic when Wi-Fi drops. We feel invisible when notifications stop. We feel powerless when the cloud falls. What began as a tool to expand the human mind has become an extension of our nervous system. And when it glitches, we feel pain. The spiritual dimension of downtime. Maybe there's something sacred about these outages. A forced pause, a digital Sabbath. For a few hours, we are pulled away from screens, from pings, from updates, and brought back to the raw silence of being. And in that silence, maybe we rediscover something technology cannot replicate. Peace. Quantum futures, quantum fragility. As we march toward quantum computing, AI-driven networks, and faster-than-thought processing, the question grows louder. What happens when even those systems fail? Quantum systems will not crash like ordinary servers. Their failures will be deeper, stranger, more entangled. When the world runs on quantum logic, a single misalignment won't just freeze your website. It could distort entire realities of data, financial, medical, or even human identity. So what will we lose then? Not just time, but truth. The value of stillness. Perhaps what we truly lack is not more bandwidth, but more stillness. We have built technologies that make life faster, louder, brighter, but not necessarily better. Philosophers once sought peace through solitude. Today, we seek speed through simulation. And yet, when the servers crash, when the screens go black, we feel the same ancient truth resurface, that silence is not the absence of connection. It is the presence of consciousness. The final reflection. The Amazon outages of 2025 will be studied as technical case studies, logs, codes, timestamps, DNS failures, but historians and psychologists will read them differently, as modern parables about over-reliance, hubris, and humility. These moments remind us that progress is not just about how fast we can go, but how wisely we can pause. And when the next outage comes, and it will, perhaps we won't just wait for the servers to restart, perhaps we'll take a moment to restart ourselves. Technology was made to serve humanity, not the other way around. So let's not just build stronger systems, let's build wiser ones. Because while the cloud may fall, the human spirit must stand.